Now we have news where Iran has said that it has not sought a ceasefire with the U.S., insisting that any end to the conflict must guarantee that the attacks will not be repeated. And this comes as U.S. President Donald Trump says several nations remain reluctant to help secure the Strait of Hormuz, even as U.S. strikes continue. And as the conflict in West Asia continues in its third week, Israel's military has said that it intercepted Iranian missiles headed towards Tel Aviv. And residents have been urged to take shelter as air raid sirens continue to blare across multiple regions. Iran's retaliation follows U.S. and Israeli strikes on military targets in Tehran. A new video showed the aftermath of a strike in Sharak-e-Gharb district. According to the Iranian Red Crescent, more than 1,300 people have been killed so far in the latest conflict. In Iraq, a drone strike ignited a fire at the Al Rashid Hotel, and according to Iraq's Interior Ministry, no one was injured in the attack. Earlier, Iraqi security sources said a wave of drone and rocket attacks targeted the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. 93 drones and 4 rockets reportedly attacked the embassy, and 1 drone reportedly crashed inside it. According to reports, at least 4 people died in another missile strike on a house in Baghdad. Now, Kuwait's Interior Ministry has announced the arrest of 16 people, including 14 Kuwaitis and 2 Lebanese linked to Hezbollah. Authorities say that the group sought to undermine national security and recruit members for the organization. Weapons, camera, drones, and Morse code devices were seized during the operation. Several explosions were heard in Doha a day after multiple blasts resounded across the Qatari capital. Qatar, like several Gulf nations, has been targeted by drones and missiles in the last few days. Meanwhile, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has signaled a firm stance regarding ongoing regional tensions. He said Iran is not actively pursuing a ceasefire with the U.S. under current conditions.
Let me reiterate that Iran has not signaled or requested a ceasefire. This conflict must end on the condition that it will never be repeated. When we say we do not want a ceasefire, it is not because we seek to continue the war. It is because this time the war must end in a way that the enemies never think of repeating the attacks. I believe they have learned a profound lesson and realized what kind of country they are facing. A country that will not hesitate to defend its own security and is prepared to continue the war at any cost.
U.S. President Trump has criticized what he called a lack of enthusiasm from global allies on efforts to unblock the Strait of Hormuz. Singling out UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Trump admitted that he is not happy with the UK's reluctance to get involved with the war in Iran. Now, earlier, UK Prime Minister maintained that Britain is working with allies on a plan to keep the Strait of Hormuz open without being drawn into a wider war. Claiming U.S. strikes have decimated Iran's military leadership, Trump also warned that nations relying heavily on oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz, such as China, Japan, and South Korea, should be helping the U.S. secure the vital waterway.
Iran has always used that as an economic weapon, and it's not going to be able to be used very long. Numerous countries have told me they're on the way. Some are very enthusiastic about it, and some aren't. Some are countries that we've helped for many, many years. We've protected them from horrible outside sources, and they weren't that enthusiastic. And the level of enthusiasm matters to me.
All right, for more on this, we are now being joined by Dr. Hamid Reza Ghulamzadeh from Tehran. He's the Secretary General of the Asian Mayors Forum and political analyst. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Now, I'll begin with the current situation. We know that Israeli IDF has said that they have launched a wide-scale wave of strikes in the Iranian capital, Tehran, and you are in Tehran right now. If you could just give us an idea of how the situation is there on ground.
There have been some attacks every day against Tehran and other cities in the country, but there are no particular targets, you can say. So it seems that the Americans and Israelis have run out of blanket targets, and they are targeting the same places again, or some places that even us need to look for them on the map to realize where they are. Or they are targeting civilian areas. So there is no strategic targets actually attacked for the past few days. So it doesn't seem to be. Yes, please.
Please go on.
So they are just actually narrating the story from one aspect, that they are attacking Iran, but they don't say that they are attacking unimportant places or they are attacking civilians. And they say, for example, there was a report that they have intercepted some of the Iranian missiles, but they don't say that how many other missiles have not been intercepted and have made impact on the land. So the narrative of the war is not the way that the mainstream media are repeating about that. Life is going on very normally in Tehran and the other cities, and people are preparing for the Iranian New Year actually by the end of the week. And the damage is not that vast. Many buildings have been actually destroyed, but the number compared to the whole city of Tehran is almost nothing.
But according to reports, it says that 1,300 people have been killed.
Of course, as I said, they are targeting civilians and they are deliberately killing people. Yes, they attack houses, they are residential buildings, and they are taking casualties because they want to frighten the people so that they stop supporting the Islamic Republic, and they want to put pressure from within to stop the war, because they are actually strongly trying to look for ceasefire, but they don't want to actually ask for ceasefire. So that's why there are such news that every other while, like we are hearing from Axios, from Trump, from President Trump, that the Iranians are asking for ceasefire. That's actually the other way around. They are saying that, meaning that we want ceasefire and Iran is not asking for it.